All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and others, a great millstone. Now, I just started looking into Nvda because when you look into the news, there was an announcement. I couldn't bring it out on the highways and hedges today, so I just wanted to kind of just get into it right now. And it says Nvda is working with its manufacturing partners to design and build factories that, for the first time, will produce Nvda AI supercomputers entirely in the U.S. And this was announced a day ago. Okay, and look at the price. The price drop. This should be good news. American-made company that's gonna that's going to ramp up production here in the U.S. The price should be going up. You feel what I'm saying? It says, together with leading manufacturing partners, the company has commissioned more than 1 million square feet of manufacturing space to build and test NVIDIA Blackwell chips in Arizona and AI supercomputers in Texas. So this is something that, and this is publicly announced. This is good news. Why would the stock price be dropping negative 5.17%? Shouldn't people think, okay, well, it's just like if Lockheed Martin and Raytheon was going, if you heard about wars, it'd be a good investment to invest in the companies that are going to produce the weapons and the military, the things that the military is going to use, because that's where most of the government funding is gonna happen. Duck already said he was going to spend $500 billion on AI infrastructure. Okay, so this should be a leading company in the plans for the future of this country. But when you see here is a decline. Okay, so why is the price dropping? These are the questions. These are signs that we're seeing. Okay. Let me grab that in the book of Isaiah, actually. This is signs that, he's planning for things, but it's not working the way he wants it to work. Okay. It says, let's see, where do I start? Isaiah 19:3, it says, in the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards. So, this is not going to work, man. Your AI infrastructure, all the plans of Egypt are going to fail. Okay. There's another precept I'm looking for. I think it's in Isaiah. Isaiah 19:14, it says, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. So he's erring. Okay, let's look at this word err. Egypt, if you didn't know, is America. Okay, it's code for America. Okay, let's look at this word err.
Strong's H8582. Ta'ah. Ta'ah.
Yeah, ta'ah, astray, wander, seduce, stagger, out of the way, deceive, miscellaneous. It says, go astray, stagger, to wander about of intoxication. Okay. Yeah, man, you drunk, man. You want to walk this way, but for some reason you going in the wrong direction. Like you're drunk, you're intoxicated. That's what he's doing. His plan is to bring forth the AI infrastructure, and it's going backwards. Okay, he's drunk. All right. Wandering of the mind. Okay. He's wandering of the mind. He's putting all his efforts into to produce a result, and it's not happening. To be made to wander about, to be made to stagger, to be led astray ethically. Okay, that's what he's doing. The Lord's causing Egypt to err, misleading. Okay, that's exactly what's happening. What's this? Let's look at some of these precepts. Job 12:24, it says, he taketh away the heart of the chief of the people of the earth and causeth them to wander in a wilderness where there is no way. Woo. They grope in the dark without light, and he maketh them to stagger like a drunken man. That's exactly what's going on with Esau, man. Okay, he's staggering, he's drunk, man. He's there's another precept I want to get, but he's pretty much rushing everything. Okay, there's a precept where he says they're headlong. Where's that at? Okay. Job 5:13, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. Exactly, man. Let's look at this word, headlong. He's talking about Esau. He's like he's rushing everything, man. Okay.
Strong's H 4116. Maher.
Maher. This is the haste, swift, headlong, fearful, ready, shortly, speedily, straightway, suddenly. It says to be hurried, be anxious. All right. He's being hurried. Okay. This isn't a well thought out plan. People are starting to see there's so many cracks in the way this snake is moving. It's because he's being exposed. So he can't move the way he wants to. And that's why there's a lot of enchantments going out there right now. He's on multiple fronts, and he's trying to deceive all in the same breath. But the prophets are on the highways and hedges, and they're preventing, they're exposing his sloppiness. Okay. Hasty. Okay. Hasted. Prepare quickly, do quickly, bring quickly. Okay, so he's making them headlong. Okay, let's look at some precepts. Let's look at I don't know, let's read it. Exodus 10:16. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron in haste, and he said, I have sinned against the Lord, Yahweh Bashem El Shai, your God, and against you. See, he was trying to look for, listen, man, let's look into that. Let's go on. Let's see if we can find something else, actually. This is saying in Judges 9:48, and Abimelech got him up to Mount Zalmon, he and all the people that were with him. And Abimelech took an axe in his hand and cut down a bow from the trees and took it and laid it on his shoulder and said unto the people that were with him, what ye have seen me do, make haste and do as I have done. Yeah, so, and it's the spirit, man, talking about Abimelech, because he was like a cruel king during that time, that the people wanted. He killed all of his brothers, and the people wanted him to rule over them. And then the same people that pretty much voted for him or wanted him to be in rulership, he was cutting down a tree to burn them in the building that they were in because they were rebelling against him. Okay. So that's what's going on, man. Just to be hasted. He's being hastening. He's being made. He's rushing. Okay. Let's go to Job 5:14. They meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in noonday as in the night. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. That's pretty much it on. Oh, I want to get 12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And that's what the Lord's doing. Okay. He's not going to fully perform his enterprise. Okay. And that's why we see the stock price the way it is, man. And I just want to look at some more. We finish reading this article I have. It says Nvda Blackwell chips have started production at TSMC's chip plants in Phoenix, Arizona. Nvda is building supercomputer manufacturing plants in Texas, with Foxconn in Houston, and with Wistron in Dallas. Mass production at both plants is expected to ramp up in the next 12 to 15 months. So he's speeding this up, man. Okay. You want to be the top leading nation in the future of AI, and China's already pretty much there. He's not going to be able to do that in 12 to 15 months, man. So he's ramping it up. He's speeding it. And what do you think these semiconductors, all this AI infrastructure for? It's for the MOTB. Okay. This devil knows he got a short time left. Let's grab that. He got a short time to rule, man. And that's how the Lord's speeding up his enterprise. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell therein. Dwell in them. Slakia, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Exactly, man. He knows it. And how does he know it? Because we're exposing his ass every step of the way. Okay. Satan fall. Yep. Luke 10 and 18. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. That's what Esau's doing, man. He's falling, man. Okay. He's falling. He's falling from heaven. He's falling out of rulership. Okay. Into the pit. The pit's calling him. Okay. What precept am I thinking about? Okay. There's plenty of precepts, man. I just can't even. I'm trying to think of another precept. Zechariah 1. No, that's not it. It's a lock. It's Zephaniah. Zephaniah 1 and 11. Actually, I started 10. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that there shall be a noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. Exactly, man. You're going to see a great crashing from the hills, man. This is a hill. This is like a hill, you know. And this is a crashing, but see, it stopped. Something prevented it from. It's really going to be a real crash all the way down, man. Okay. But when you look at it, it stopped right here, but this is going to continue to fall. Even though he can prop it up in other ways, he controls the stock market. Okay. How ye inhabitants of Mactesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off. Okay. There's going to be a howling when you see this stock market crash, man. Just like during the Great Depression. Okay. And I Googled here, why did Nvidia stock drop today? It says Nvidia stock is experiencing a decline today due to a combination of factors, including broader market concerns, potential tariff impacts, and concerns about a potential slowdown in data center spending. The market is reacting to Donald Duck's announcement of new tariffs, particularly those on Chinese products, which could increase costs for businesses and negatively impact Nvidia's business. Additionally, Citi's lowered outlook on data center builds and a downgrade from another analysis are also contributing to the decline. Okay, so this is AI, man. And the Lord's speeding it up. His tongue is falling upon himself. You can just Google it and find out what's going on, but your mind has to be occupied in prophecy. It's very simple, man. Here's a more detailed breakdown, okay? In case that wasn't enough. It said broader market pullback. The broader stock market is down. And tech stocks like Nvidia are being hit particularly hard due to the new tariff announcement and concerns about economic uncertainty. But then you look at the price of Bitcoin, for example. As a matter of fact, let's look at the price of Bitcoin. Let's look at Bitcoin, man. It's way up there. Okay, and you understand why they want to switch it to digital. Okay, because then you'll have faith in Nvidia. Then you'll be investing more. Oh, everything looks good. Because in order to, when you look, that's one of the main problems of why Bitcoin ain't gonna work in the first place. It's actually a stupid idea when you look at the white paper, because it requires all of the Earth's power just to run it. It has to be continuously powered, man. And then it needs a backup system to make sure it never goes out ultimately, because it has to monitor every single transaction, every second, every minute of the day, man. Okay, so it needs your and then all the countries have to work simultaneously with it in order for it to work successfully. All right, everyone would have to be on the blockchain. All right, so that's damn near impossible, because first of all, the way the world's not being run by, you have to have an efficient government to have a currency like this. Okay, not disagreeing on everything. It has to be well ordered. Okay, Esau is the opposite of an ordered government. He runs it by disorder. That's why he has two sides of the coin. The scriptures tell you that a double-minded person is unstable in all his ways. Let's grab that. I believe it's in James. James 1:8. It says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, and that's that's Esau, man. He's double-minded. Oh, I'm Republican today. Oh no, now I'm Democrat. It's not my fault. It's his fault. Unstable, man. Rocking to and fro, man. Okay. James 4:8. Draw nigh to the Most High, and He will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded. Points in James 1:8. Okay. Bitcoin 83,881 today. Okay. Meanwhile, this price has been pretty stable. Okay. It's been fluctuating in this price range, but it's pretty high. This is just for one of them. Okay. Bitcoin price recovery could be capped at 90K. Here's why. Worse than 2008, Bitcoin price braced as billionaire Ray Dalio warns of monetary something. Bitcoin price on the brink. Signs point to renewed decline. Bitcoin price predicted to hit 90K as Saylor buys 285 million despite 6 billion losses in quarter one. So he's still this dude Saylor just be still buying this shit, man. Okay. So he's fully given over to this to the B system. Potential tariff impacts. The new tariffs, especially those on Chinese goods, could lead to higher costs for Nvidia, of course. Especially if Duck understands that there is no saving Taiwan. Okay. He's trying to get as much he can steal out of there before the Chinese actually go in there and take that over. But it's game over once that happens, because it's going to be, you can't fight with Taiwan and help Ukraine and help Israel if all these things are being, you can't have, you're weighing yourself thin. Okay. Having all these military bases all over the place. Okay. Let's grab that Habakkuk. Chapter 2. Habakkuk 2:6. Shall not these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay? It's like, that's not it. Habakkuk 2:5. Yea, also because he transgresses by wine, which is his philosophies, is, just his witchcraft. He is a proud man. It's talking about Esau, neither keepeth at home. See, he's never at home, man. Who enlargeth his desire as hell. Yeah, he wants to grab, the neon gas in Ukraine. He wants the rare earth minerals in Taiwan, but he also wants to, be in the Middle East and with the oil, man. You know, he's all over the place and is as deaf and cannot be satisfied. He wants everything, man. But gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. But the point is him neither keeping at home, man. Okay? He's in everybody's business. As a matter of fact, let me grab this. Metal knot, man. Damn, there's so many metal knot in many matters. I think it's in the book of Sirach. I'm not sure. Let me grab it. Metal knot. Ecclesiasticus 11:10. It says, my son, meddle not with many matters, for if thou meddle much, thou shalt not be innocent. And if thou follow after, thou shalt not obtain, neither shalt thou escape by fleeing. So you want to be in everybody's business, up and being covetous, meddling, stirring things up, you're going to not be found innocent and you're going to be judged. Okay? You're going to get what you deserve, Esau. Okay. Let me see if I'm finished with my article. It says, within the next 4 years, Nvidia plans to produce up to $500 billion of AI infrastructure in the United States through partnerships with TSMC, Foxconn, Wistron, Amkor, and SPIL. These world-leading companies are deepening their partnership with Nvidia, growing their businesses while expanding their global footprint and hardening supply chain resilience. So why is this going down? Okay. Now they're trying to give you you Google it, it's giving you a worldwide understanding of it. But news like this typically makes the stock price go up. Okay. But it's crashing. The engines of the world's AI infrastructure are being built in the United States for the first time, said Jensen Huang, founder and CEO of Nvidia. Look at that, man. Adding American manufacturing helps us better meet the incredible and growing demand of AI chips in supercomputers, strengthens our supply chain, and boosts our resiliency. Okay. So it all sounds good, man, but it don't look right. You got duck dancing. See what this says. Nvidia to manufacture American-made AI supercomputers in U.S. for first time. Okay. And you got to pay people. So how are you going to pay people to do all this at a cheaper rate that it's already being manufactured at in these other countries? Okay. And he's going to be doing it with you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and putting you niggas in slavery. Long story short, like this tweet if you're on board the Nvidia train. Okay. An hour before the close today, 3 million worth of Nvidia calls were aggressively sold. A few minutes ago, Nvidia announced that Duck would not let them sell 4 H20 chips to China, tanking Nvidia. They aren't even trying to hide it, man. You know, take this with a grain of salt because, you know, X is Trump on Nvidia's. Let's hear what you got to say.
As you know, controls that almost the entire sector, which is one of the most important sectors in the world between chips and semiconductors and everything else. And they're the biggest. And the other biggest we already have coming in is spending $300 billion, as you know, they announced 2 weeks ago. But NVIDIA is so highly respected. And this was an announcement that a lot of people, I knew it was going to happen, but not to the extent that it happened. It's big. And the reason they did it is because of the election on November 5th and because of a thing called tariffs. As I say, the most beautiful word in the dictionary. After love, God, relationship. The press actually hit me and said, tariff is the most beautiful word in the dictionary. What about family, love, God? I got hit even on that. You understand? I said, okay. So now I say it's my fifth most favorite word because they get you on anything. But no, that Nvidia, it's one of the great companies of the world, modern, super modern companies, controls segments that nobody, you know, sort of controls the world in a sense, and they're coming in here in the biggest way with hundreds of billions of dollars, not like millions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars, and I'm honored by it. And I want to thank Jensen and all of the people that we deal with. They're great people. They're brilliant people. And without tariffs, they wouldn't be doing it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so that's what Duck's saying about it, man. He's so happy. Okay. Look at that, man. This is say the Nvidia is taking a 5.5 billion hit this quarter tied to its H20 chips bound for China, a 15% blow to gross margins in a single reporting cycle, not because of demand collapse, not because of pricing pressure, but because geopolitics. Okay, this is because of a rule, a red line. What we're missing isn't about the slowing growth, it's about weaponizing it. Ooh, you don't need to be a geopolitical analyst to see the through line. This isn't a demand signal, it's a control signal. Duck is rewarding who gets access to the core compute powering of the AI era, and the rest of the world is being forced to adapt in real time. So no, this isn't just a margin blip or a one-time charge. It's a pricing mechanism for a new geopolitical regime. And it won't stop with H20, because once you accept the compute, it's the oil of this era. Export controls stop looking like regulation and start looking like strategy. Yeah, man. So that's what we're looking at, man. It says Nvidia's revenue by region, January 25th, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Singapore, United States, other countries. So he's gonna try to expand this to, that's more than, let me see, 23. I don't know what numbers they're giving us here, but yeah, man. So that's what's going on. Nvidia commit $500 billion to build AI supercomputers, plus in the United States exclusively. This is very big and exciting news. All necessary permits will be expedited, and quickly delivered to Nvidia, as they will to all companies committing to be part of the golden age of America. We'll see, man. The scriptures say you're the toes, man. Okay. Matter of fact, I got another article. Let's get into this over here. Beijing rare earth minerals. It says Beijing has suspended exports of certain rare earth minerals and magnets that are crucial for the world's car, semiconductor, and aerospace industries. So look at that, man. World's cars, semiconductors. This is all things we need, right? Aerospace industries. Doesn't he want to? He's building a space force. He got people. Somebody in Greenland quit her job, sent an email out saying she didn't like what JD Vance was saying about taking over Greenland. So a lot of people are not agreeing with Duck, man. China has suspended exports of a wide range of critical minerals and magnets, threatening to choke off supplies of components central to automakers, aerospace manufacturers, semiconductor companies, and military contractors around the world. So Moab is my watch pot, man. Okay, let's grab that. Okay. Very essential to these specific sectors that Duck is trying to work on. Okay, all the parts, all these mechanical parts that you need. Come on, man. Psalm 60 and 8, Moab is my watch pot. Over Edom will I cast down my shoe. Philistia triumphed thou because of me. So Moab is being used as the Heavenly Father's washpot or servant to economically fuck this devil up, man. All through the spirit. It says Philistia triumphed thou because of me, because the Lord has the power to give power to whoever he wants to give power to. It's because of him, man. Okay? And that's what he's doing. He's taking off his shoes and putting Esau Edom under the foot of Yahweh Shai. Okay? That's what he's doing, man. And he's using Moab, his washpot, to do it. All right? Let me get back here. It says shipments of the magnets essential for assembling everything from cars and drones to robots and missiles have been halted at many Chinese ports while the Chinese government drafts a new regulatory system. Once in place, the new system could permanently prevent supplies from reaching certain companies, including American military contractors. So the pieces that they need to perform their enterprise, that's being hindered, man. And the Lord, the Heavenly Father's use is hindering him, man. Okay? He disappointed the devices of the crafty. This is what he is, being disappointed, man. He think he's going to bring Moab to the table, and he's not. The Lord's throwing a wrench in there. He's going toe-to-toe with you with the tariffs, and he's going to go toe-to-toe with you with the Navy, toe-to-toe with you. He got probably 10 men to each one American soldier. Okay. And his AI is cheaper, more cost effective. That's all in engineering. That's all it's about. Manufacturing is higher. He has the manpower to produce a worldwide fleet or whatever. He has it already. Duck still got to build prisons and then tell lies to somehow get you into the system, and that's taking too long, man. You only got a short time, man. Okay. Let me grab a scripture. It's a terror. Let's grab terror. Job. Terror shall meet him at every site. I don't know where that. I think it's in Job. I think it's like Job 20 or something like that. I can't think of the precept, but or maybe terrors with an S. Let's try that. Nope. Job 18:11. Terror shall make him afraid on every side and shall drive him to his feet. And that's what's going on, man. Okay. Because he's starting to see, damn, man, you know, nothing I do is working the way I want it to work. Okay. And now, you know, it's going to be on every front, man. He's going to start to realize, man, he's running out of time, man. He's running out of time, and that everything's gonna manifest in a rushed way. Okay. His confidence, this is Job 18:14, shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. Exactly. It's gonna be rooted out, man. It's gonna bring to the king of terrors, ultimately manifesting with Yahweh Shai destroying your ass for what you're trying to do to the nation of Israel. Okay. So that's pretty much it on that. Let's see. Automated drilling for mineral exploration. It says rare earths reserves, metric tons. Okay, that's China. Rare earth, 270K, 450K, and that's in Canada. Okay, production metric tons 2024. The U.S. should be grateful that Beijing is not imposing tit-for-tat sanctions. China process 65% lithium, 74% of cobalt, 90% of rare earth minerals, 100% of natural graphite, global strategic mineral supply chains, mining, processing, and preserves, Australia, China, Chile. But look at China, man. Lithium, it's way up there in everything. 100% natural graphite, man. Ooh. It says below, we compare the top 3 countries involved in the mining and processing of clean energy transition materials, along with those with the highest global reserves. China's beating them on all that, man. Okay. Beijing has suspended exports of certain rare earth minerals and magnets that are crucial for the world's car, semiconductor, and aerospace industries, like I just read. Art of the deal. China was suspended exports of a wide range of critical minerals and magnets, threatening to choke off supplies of components. I just read that. Okay. And it says I'm going back to my article. It says the official crackdown is part of China's retaliation for Duck's sharp increase in tariffs that started on April 2nd. Yeah, he called that Liberation Day, I believe. On April 4th, the Moab Mountain ordered restrictions on the export of 6 heavy rare earth metals, which are refined entirely in China, as well as rare earth magnets, 90% of which are produced in China. The metals and special magnets made with them can now be shipped out of China only with special export licenses. So he's making it way more difficult to achieve these metals. Okay. It's a lot. I thought I was sharing my screen. Okay. Okay. As trade war intensifies. That's Moab, man. And that's the law using them. Okay. But anyways, let's go up to this guy named Cody Balmer, man. You don't know who he is, man. Let's read about him. It says a 38-year-old man is facing multiple charges, including attempted murder and terrorism, after he allegedly broke into Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro's residence and set it on fire. Exactly, man. He set it on fire. Let's see what this officer has to say.
So I can confirm at this point, as we put out already, we are conducting an arson investigation, and we're conducting an attempted homicide and aggravated arson investigation. That is the paradigm that we've operated in. A lot of the investigative tasks have focused on the who up until this point. Obviously, we're trying to piece together very early on the exact sequence of events. We were late in coming out here because we were getting rapid information as it was occurring. And I'm pleased to announce that we do have an individual in custody. His name is Cody Balmer, Balmer, age 38, with a Harrisburg post office address. In terms of the sequence of events, because of the thrust of the investigation concentrating on the who, I want to be very deliberate in my comments as to the how and exactly the time frame. What I do feel confident in saying at this point is that we don't anticipate any charges for conspiracy. But again, I'd reiterate my qualifier that I mentioned earlier, that we are still very much inside the first 24 hours.
Yeah, see. Police have just arrested him. Burnt that shit down, man. Arsonist Cody Balmer targeted Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro's home over what Poe wants to do to Palestinian people. So he's a sympathizer, man. This can't be the same person, man. We know about Cody Balmer in 9 hours than we do about Thomas Crooks in 9 months. Wonder why? What's that trying to say? Cody Balmer was named as the man who firebombed the PA governor's house while he and his family slept inside. Okay. Let's look into this. Because when you read in the news, it said that he was celebrating the Passover, so I don't know if he's Amalek. Joshua David Shapiro is an American lawyer and politician who has served 48th governor of Pennsylvania since 2023. Okay, let's see. Joshua David Shapiro is an American. He's calling him American, whatever. I don't really want to get too far into it. I'll finish my article. This is Governor Josh Shapiro and his family were in the residence at the time of the fire, which was reported at about 2 a.m. Eastern Sunday. They were evacuated safely and were not injured, according to state police. So they're lucky, man. They escaped the fire. Okay, it's the Passover. I don't think he had the blood over the doorpost. Okay, but there was an article that said he was celebrating the Passover. So let's see what this. All right, whatever. Let me finish this. It says, while they were searching, the suspect broke in and set the fires, according to Bivens, who said the incident played out over a period of several minutes. So it didn't take long for him to put it in the fire, man. Okay, he allegedly made 2 Molotov cocktails from Heineken bottles he had at home and threw them inside the governor's mansion after breaking a window with a hammer, according to court documents. So he was determined, man. That's a spirit created. That's what happens when you celebrate the Passover unworthily. After turning himself in, Balmer allegedly told police he would have attacked Shapiro with the hammer if he happened upon the governor inside the residence, the document says. So he didn't care what the outcome was, man. Okay. He didn't give 2 craps. As a matter of fact, let's go to this tab. And, the scriptures talk about that, man. Did I spell that wrong? I think I did. I think it's 2 Corinthians 16 chapter. I can't really think of it, though. Let's go there, actually. It might be 15, too. You know what? I'm not in the right book. Where's the 1611 when you need it? So lucky, I gotta find the 1611. Okay, let me get rid of some. I got too many. Okay. Share this tab. All right, let's go there, man. 2nd address 16. Let's go. I can't even think of the precept, man. There's gonna be an insurrection among men. Among men. Let me see if I can find it real quick. 2nd address 15 and 16. This is, I started 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. 2nd address 15 and 14. For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight up against another, and swords in their hands. Okay, so he came in with the Molotov cocktail and a hammer, trying to hit his the governor. Okay. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. So he invaded that governor of Pennsylvania. They shall not regard their kings. He would be considered maybe not a king, but definitely a prince of this time. Okay. He's a representation of the rulership, the structure of governor, mayors. These are the kings and their princes. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And that was the course of his action, to go burn his house down. Okay. And he did it, and he didn't care. And he told him that, hey, man, if I caught him, I would have hit him with the hammer. So he don't care, man. And this is the time that we're coming into. Look what he did, man. Let's look at
A
this.
few truths. First, this type of violence is
That's what a Molotov cocktail, man, with a Heineken bottle. So Esau knows how to cause a lot of damage with a very little resources, man. But ultimately, the Lord did all this, man. Okay, he gonna root out your confidence within your tabernacle. I know he ain't gonna feel safe being at home, having things like this happen, showing you Esau can get touched, man. And he has security. So the Lord is taking that hedge from off of Cain, man. Okay. Just like he said, let me grab it. Genesis, the 4th chapter. Genesis 4:15, and the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, said unto him, therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. Exactly, man. He pretty much put a hedge around Cain, man. That's why Esau's still here to this day. But now he's starting to get touched, man. And the Lord's allowing it. Okay.
is not okay. This kind of violence is becoming far too common in our society. And I don't give a damn if it's coming from one particular side or the other, directed at one particular party or another, or one particular person or another. It is not okay. And it has to stop. We have to be better than this. We have a responsibility to all be better.
I love they did a close-up on the Passover crafts. Help yourself to some kid-friendly Passover crafts, okay? But what happened during the Passover? What is it, 12? Am I looking for? Okay. I want to get when the blood of the doorpost, man. Because this happened on the 15th, man. This is the Passover. Okay. Exodus chapter 12. And I'll start at 4. And if the household be too little for the land, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. Ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the 2 side posts and on the upper door posts of the houses, wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire, unleavened bread. Herbs shall they eat it. Exodus 12:12, for I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn of the land of Egypt, both man and beast. And against all the gods of Egypt, I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. And the blood shall be to you, this is the point, for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. So, hey, man, you lucky, man, that he ain't smite you, but He definitely he went to you, man. He went to you. Okay. So that's a scary thing, man. Look at these. Just burnt all the chandeliers. Ooh. He burnt it good, man. That's the sedition. Damn. That's what it looked like before. Oh, man. I know he's heated. Like, what the fuck? These chandeliers cost an arm and a leg, man. You know? Hey, that's what it is, man. Exactly what it is. Let me see this Abrego Garcia dude, the guy who they illegally supposedly deported to El Salvador.
Wait, I got to stop you there. What's your evidence that he's in MS-13?
Oh, hold on.
But I think what really matters to Americans is that this MS-13 gang member, who unfortunately, Jay, you and a lot of your colleagues have called a Maryland man, when in reality,
I'm going to stop you there. What is your evidence,
member.
Tricia? Wait, I got to stop you there. What's your evidence that he's in MS-13?
Well, there's actually been 2 separate immigration judges, Jay, who have confirmed and ruled that he is a member of MS-13.
Well,
that as well as we have intelligence
it was brought up in deportation
they sure did,
proceedings.
Jay.
But what's the evidence that was brought up in those deportation proceedings?
And they dismissed his appeal, Jay. I can do this all day, Jay. He is a member of MS-13. I don't think you'd want to be his neighbor, Jay. I sure wouldn't. And I don't think many Americans watching would want to be this individual's neighbor. He's been involved in human trafficking. He's been involved in labor trafficking, and he should not be in this country. So whether he's in an El Salvadorian jail or a U.S. detention facility, I am so very glad, as are millions of Americans, that he is off of U.S. streets because...
That's him. Okay.
Remember, Jay, who is MS-13?
And I just want to share the article real quick. I don't even have an article. I just, I've been this has been big talk, because if they're doing it to Jake, this is what they're gonna be doing to everyone. Okay. And let me grab that precept. As a matter of fact, there's a couple precepts, but the one that's coming in my mind is Revelation 12. It's all about the woman, which represents Israel, and this red dragon, which represents Esau, or the devil, Satan, man. Okay. And the man-child represents Hamashiach. Okay, then you got the angels of the Lord. But this is the precept. It says, and the dragon was wroth with the woman, so Esau, being mad with Israel, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed. Okay, the remnant of the seed is talking about the elect of Israel, which keep the commandments of the Most High God and have the testimony of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. So this dragon's only wroth with Israel, man. It doesn't say with the Christians. Okay, the remnant of her seed are talking about the elect of Israel, man, which keep the commandments. Y'all don't keep the commandments. Y'all say the commandments are done away with. Well, guess what? This doesn't apply to you. Okay. And these are the tactics that Esau's trying to use. He's trying to stir up his witchcraft so he can come down with great wrath upon us. If he can get away with this, get him away. Watch when it comes to us, when we've been prophesying the downfall of his kingdom.
They maim, they rape, they kill Americans for sport, and the American people are done with it. They said so on November 5th, 2024.
So there's no proof that he's a gangster. Just like there ain't going to be any proof that we're gangsters. They're going to use it to pretty much try to get the word off the street. Okay? Because he wants the word of the Heavenly Father off of the streets, man. Book of Psalms 2:1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Yeah, the heathen, they're raging, meaning they're plotting, man. Look at the word rage. It's rakha, I believe. No, I'm looking at the wrong word. Rage. Ragas.
Strong's H 7283. Ragash.
It means to conspire or plot. Why are the heathen conspiring and plotting? Because they are enemies, man. Okay. And they imagine a vain thing. The vain thing is that their houses are going to continue to forever, according to Psalms 49 and 11. Okay. And all the heathen are raging because they all think they're going to remain in power over the nation of Israel. But the Lord's going to come take them out of their place. Psalms 49 and 11, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. Yeah, Moab think he going to be ruling next. You know, Russia think he going to be ruling. You know, everyone thinks that ain't nothing going to happen. They got next after Esau or something, that their houses are going to continue forever in their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names, but that's not going to happen. Okay, because the Lord's coming back. He's the only one that's going to be ruling perpetually forever. Okay. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. Exactly, man. Let's break their bands, man. Okay. Ultimately, they want to get rid of Yahweh Shem Yahushua because he's the one bringing the judgment upon them. He's the reason why. He's the only thing stopping them from achieving their goals of setting up a wicked society perpetually. Okay, he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. Okay, he's laughing at them, man, because they actually think that this is going to come to pass. But he's using Moab. He's going to disappoint the craftiness, man. Okay, in their enterprise. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex them in his sore displeasure. And that's what's going to happen, man. They're going to be sore displeased coming up against Yahweh Shem Yahushua, especially the elect. Okay? It's like a group package, it's a group thing, man. You come against the elect, you come against the Most High. You come against the anointed, you're coming against the Most High. You come against the Most High, you're going to be destroyed. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua have said unto me, thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Exactly, man. And we asking for that. And the Lord already has it. He just got to come back and take it. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. And that's what the Lord's going to do when he returns. Be wise now, therefore, O ye kings, be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Talking about the elect of Israel. Serve the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua with fear and with rejoice with trembling. Okay, because listen, man, this is only for the elect, but you got to make your calling an election sure. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. Exactly, man. And that's what we putting our trust in, because there ain't no one else to put our trust in except for Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay, and you kiss the Son by worshiping him, meditating on his prophecies, feeding the sheep, keeping his commandments to the best of your ability, practicing the righteous acts. Okay, and ultimately praying and watching. All right, because that's the only way, you're gonna have a chance at deliverance. Okay, I spelled that wrong. I want to get that though. Okay, Matthew 26 and 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. Exactly. The spirit wants to follow the law, statutes, and commandments, but the flesh is weak. Okay, it's a battle. Mark 13 and 33. Take ye heed, watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is. And you know not, but those his servants, the prophets, they do know. Okay. Mark 14 and 38, watch ye and pray, lest ye enter into temptation. The spirit truly is ready, but the flesh is weak. And truly the spirit is ready, man. We want to be changed so we can dwell in righteousness, but this flesh is preventing us from doing that. Therefore, we still commit sin and we die. We need a savior. Luke 21:36, watch ye therefore and pray always that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. That's it, brothers. So I'm going to end it right there. Lord's will, that was edifying. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachach Kodash. Shalom.